Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be part of the bedroom purge. There's Jim. He just moved a lot of furniture, so he's relaxing. It's just a weird coincidental story that I'll tell you really quickly. I have a jewelry armoire that was given to me by my sister and brother-in-law. When we designed where we were going to rearrange our room, we weren't sure what we were going to do with it. I thought I could put it in the guest room, maybe whitewash it, and so it would match the guest room furniture. But mom actually had a friend just gift her this, and I'll show it to you side by side. She just got gifted this one, which is too light for the furniture in her room, and it is much smaller, if you can tell. I don't know if you can see the depth, but this one's pretty deep. This one's not quite as deep. So it's smaller, which is better. I'll have, since we're purging, I'll have, this will be enough room. And this one needed to be like repaired anyway. So I thought I could whitewash this one or even paint it. I have to decide now. And then mom will just take this as is. We'll just dust it off, clean it up, and get all the jewelry out. So I have them both out here because I want to see what kind of space is in here so that I can see what I can keep. And sometimes that determines what you can keep by the size of the area that you have to store. Then Jim also talked about possibly moving his stuff from his jewelry box in here as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set you up and you're going to see me go through all my stuff. I mean, I know if I'll talk about stuff that's sentimental, you'll see it, but we're just going to do that first. I'm going to just take a peek in here and see what size space I have, and then I'm going to go in there and start purging. Hi everybody, thanks again for joining me. I do want to share with you that this actually has broken handles, so we are going to make it over. We were kind of originally thinking we were going to whitewash it with chalk paint, like ivory chalk paint, to match the furniture in the guest room, because we might move it in the guest room. But I realized that I actually have Jimmy's roll top desk that is this color. So even if we do move it to the guest room, we could probably leave it this color. I also have like a linen chest in there, like a hope chest, that is also the same, about the same, stained about the same color. So I could leave it that color. I think that would be okay. Now the other thing is the drawers on these, obviously the whole thing is way smaller. They're not as deep, and they are not as, the whole cabinet's not as tall, but they also come out. The other chest has, the drawers kind of are locked in place, so you can't, they won't fall out and they won't get pulled out, which I think is safer for thieves, I guess. I don't know. So anyhow, so now we're just going to get started. I had the thought that I was going to take one of the old coffee cup trees and to stack the necklaces that I wanted to keep on there. But then Jimmy couldn't find either one of them, which was so bizarre. So what I did was I just basically stacked them on my arm. Now this is just me removing the stuff from the cabinet. This is not me sorting through them. And actually you won't see me sort through the necklaces in this video because I didn't have a place to separate them without them getting tangled. I'm just going to sort them as I put them back into the cabinet. So you'll see that in the cabinet redo video. But everything else is sort of just gonna, you'll see me purge it on here. Basically this one's kind of cool. It's got about 8 or 10 hooks, and then it's got a bungee cord across the bottom to prevent the necklaces from jostling around when you open the doors. And then these drawers, like I mentioned, don't come out. So I've just taken all of the necklaces and put them on my arm, and then I've asked Jimmy to get me just a regular hanger, and I'm going to put them over the regular metal part, like where you would hang it on the bar, and I'm just going to leave them like that until I can get the new cabinet up and running. Like I said, I don't know still if I'm going to paint it, but either way I'm definitely have to fix the handles and definitely have to give it a good coat of like scratch repair, and maybe possibly just some polish. So we'll see. Like again, we haven't really decided what we want to do with it. Jimmy thinks there may be room in our room, so he's thinking that he might want to just leave it in there, but we will see. Actually, we're going to see all of the possibilities, the potential, all the potential. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these chests before this video. A lot of people have them, but not everybody does. Basically, they're jewelry armoires. Now, if you have a little jewelry box, you have like maybe a drawer that has rings and a drawer that has necklaces and a drawer that has bracelets, because that's the kind of jewelry box I had. This thing keeps everything separate, which is why you'll see why I want to continue to keep everything separate. It's a lot easier to purge things or sell things when you're having a garage sale if you have things wrapped individually, which I ended up doing when I finally go through all of the earrings and stuff that I'm going to sell. I think that it's most likely that we're going to actually have a giant garage sale to make some money, to maybe just help out to extend our our startup. I guess is the best way to say it. So I have lots of clothes. We have some of Jim's clothes, and then jewelry, and then we'll do housewares and kitchenware. Basically, it's going to be pretty good. We'll also have some furniture, I think, too. So we'll see. But the cabinet on the left doesn't have as many compartments in their drawers. So this one has two big drawers. The old one, the one that I'm doing now, has two big drawers on the bottom that are just completely open and deep. And then it's got two drawers. The next two drawers have like bigger compartments, sort of like if you imagine for bangle bracelets. And then the top two have like little compartments for earrings. And the very, very flip up top, which I'm going to forget to do, so I'm sorry you won't be able to see that, but I'll tell you about that in a minute, has rings and then sort of an open compartment for different things. And that's where I kept like fancy hair accessories, like diamond encrusted clips and stuff, but not real diamonds, but you know what I'm saying. Now the one cabinet on the left doesn't have quite as many compartments in the drawers. It has one drawer that has basically earring kind of compartments. It does have ring holder on the top with an open space on the top. So there's that. Jim and I have decided like where if we share this, then I might take little like Dollar Tree organizers to basically compartmentalize things in the jewelry box, especially things that I'm keeping for sentiment and not necessarily to wear when I go out and stuff. So we might do that. We haven't really 100% decided. He's not 100% sure. He wants to keep his jewelry in his room, which is why he's kind of on the fence. If this thing has to go into the guest room, he's probably going to want to keep his jewelry box. If we're going to put this in the bedroom, he's probably going to want to go ahead and add his jewelry to this jewelry box. Okay? Now, I will tell you this. I really did this about, I think I want to say, it was before the pandemic last year, or maybe just around the pandemic last year, at the beginning of 2020, that we did purge this initially. So it doesn't have a ton of stuff to purge, but still it has a lot more than I want to keep continuing. So I have there's one random Rugrats. Yeah. It's Lil, Phil and Lil, the twins. I have a Lil earring. Don't ask me where Phil went. Don't ask me where I have it or how long I've had it for, because you probably don't even want to know that. But anyway, I have a bunch of single earrings. Not on purpose, just that's things that they're really nice. They're in really good shape, but I've just happened to lose the other one. So I sort of was thinking like, do we save them for projects, or can I sell them like for somebody who's got like an extra hole in their ears or something? So we'll see. I don't know exactly what we'll go over. But here I am putting the necklaces on, and Jim's just going to move them over to a safe cabinet, and then he's going to bring this furniture into his mom's. But first, we put all of the pairs of earrings that I knew that I wanted to keep up on top, and then some that I wasn't sure about are sitting on top of both of these pieces of furniture. So now I've got these little compartment boxes, and I can go ahead and organize the different, not organize, but basically put them and keep them separate, which is kind of like what the plan is. Whether or not we actually use these little containers when we move into the next jewelry box, we haven't decided yet, but it's good to know that at least the earrings are all separated. I don't know if you guys even know about these. They were in the craft section at the Dollar Tree. They were just $1. They have 1, 2, 3 different, I'm sorry, I had to count. They have 3 different adjustable compartments that can become 6 compartments, like 6 smaller compartments, which I thought was perfect for like little post earrings. So, yeah, so I don't know if we're going to end up using them forever, but we're definitely going to use them for now. I originally bought these for my letterboard, but I ended up getting a much bigger box at Michael's with just that held all the letters and all the words in just one box. So we have that as well. All right. Now he's going to take this into mom's room, and then I'm going to pick up the camera and I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going on. So here's what you missed. Apparently I forgot about the top. So the top flips up, it's got a mirror. That's where you store your rings. I totally forgot about it. So I had already sent the jewelry box in there, and Jim and mom basically put all the rings in here. I'm not really worried about rings being tangled up, obviously, because they're rings. So it's okay that they go in there. I have the earrings, which I think you saw me take out, and me and Jim put into these little like Dollar Tree tackle box type things, just to keep the pairs separated so I can look at them, decide whether or not I want to keep them, and again, what I have room for, and that's such a thing. In here is, I think I showed you, these are just like, okay, so this is a napkin that I actually believe this is the one from the wedding. This is the pink one. Did I use this one for the wedding with the pink M? I don't remember. Anyway. It's like an embroidered napkin. And then this we got at the the Wild Safari Park here, and we went for our anniversary when we first moved here. Basically, you go into this old bus with no windows and you feed all the animals, and it says, "I got slobbered on Wild Animal Safari." So these are just sentimental things that's in there. And then a belt, which I will probably be getting rid of, but it actually fits me, and I don't really like belts, but every once in a while. But this, I kind of showed you, this is like my fancy jewelry. It's in an Avenue box because it's fancy. But I actually have worn this to so many special occasions. There's actually a couple of different pieces in here. So this is where I kept this really pretty jeweled headband. But this necklace has really served me well over the years. I felt like it was my most special piece of jewelry. You see it? I actually had this since before I was married. It's just really pretty. And it's really pretty on. And then it has like, it doesn't have matching earrings, but I got earrings that go with it. Actually, is this the set? One of these was a set, and then I was like, oh, we'll just keep it a set. So just a bunch of like my really pretty wear to special parties. And of course, every girl needs a tennis bracelet. So all that stuff's in here. And I'll most likely keep it in here because it does keep it special. It does keep it safe from tangles and from other things. So I'll do that. And then we may or may not move our wedding jewelry. I feel like, I'm not sure if I shared that when we purged the nightstand. So I can't remember if I actually shared that in a video once, but in the bottom drawer of my nightstand was, and still is, was a bunch of empty jewelry boxes. In the middle was like jewelry boxes that had stuff in it. And then I was like, I need the space. Why am I saving these jewelry boxes? Give them away, whatever. So I went through the jewelry, purged the boxes, purged whatever jewelry, I gave away whatever jewelry I wanted to give away. But in there is my wedding jewelry, basically the set that I bought to wear for my wedding. So we're thinking about moving that jewelry into the jewelry box. We'll see. We have to see what kind of jewelry Jim has in his jewelry box that he wants to put out, or what he wants to keep and stuff. So I'm going to go through stuff. I'm just going to set you up. I'm going to sit here and go through stuff, and you can watch, or no, you know, I might jump on here every once in a while and tell you about it, because I kind of feel like there are some things like, that's real diamonds in plastic from JCPenney's. And then I have certain things that are like super sentimental. They just are. So I have a lot of sentiment. I'll see what I can keep. I'll see what I have to get rid of, and that's it. So whether or not this is a completed project by the end of this video, or if it's in addition to the cabinet makeover, or I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Hopefully this encourages you to to decide what is sentimental and what is a trend that may never come back. So for perfect example, these are really, really quite lovely bracelets. They fit, they're plus size, they're loose, they don't choke you, if you know what I mean. But I don't think they're my style anymore. They're very pretty, they're very in style, they're very like, what do I, like I always say, like timeless, but not like, I don't know, is timeless the right word? I think that cross generations. But I just don't wear them. And the same with these. This is just like silver pearls. I just don't wear them anymore. So I will go through all that, decide what I'm going to sell, what I'm going to give away, what maybe the baby would like to have for her dress up box. I just will do that. And then, yeah. But like I said, hopefully I inspire you to go through your things, decide what's worth keeping, what's worth having the space back and then your sanity back or whatever. So that's it. Now, I do have some real jewelry. What I mean by real jewelry is like sterling silver or gold. And I don't normally just sell that at yard sales unless I plan on selling it like and saying this is sterling silver jewelry. Normally, I take jewelry like that to the gold and silver exchange. I always feel like you get the best price because they actually pay you for what it's worth, value wise. Like they weigh it and tell you like what it's worth. So I might do that with my gold and silver pieces if I have any left over that I don't want to keep. So far, so good that I think I only have some left that I think I'm going to keep. So it's kind of like I'm on the fence. But anyway, I have all of these costume jewelry things are kind of like gonna go. I have quite a bit of, like I said, the bracelets. If you watched my last video where we purged office clothes, I will tell you, like the office clothes, finding the jewelry that fits you well is sort of a big thing. And that type of thing is kind of like, does prevent me from just going for it, if that makes any sense. I'm showing you, by the way, I was showing you Black Hills gold earrings that mom got me, and the basically they're magnetic necklace extenders, so you can put like 3 or 4 necklaces on at once and make that layered look. That's what that was. But anyway, they sorry, I digress. I'm just showing you all my fun things. Like, these were gifted. I got from Mary Ellen. I'm pretty sure they're from Mary Ellen. If they're not, I'm sorry, whoever gave them to me. But that's where I remember them being from. It is possible they're from somebody else, so I'm sorry. Anyway, so costume jewelry, it was kind of like how the clothes were. When you finally find pieces that fit you and pieces that you love and pieces that look good on you, whatever you like, you really hesitate getting rid of them. But there is also that, like, am I really going to wear this again? I hope I would, really. I would hope I would, but I don't really have that kind of opportunity. And I'll be honest with you, if I went to the jewelry box first, say I only went out once a year and I went to the jewelry box, what would I pick out that once a year event? I've got jewelry for semi-formal, I've got jewelry for formal, and I've got jewelry for a casual kind of affair that I want to be a little bit more dressy for. So these, kind of funny, are Tupperware button covers. I sold Tupperware in the 90s, and these were a prize. Basically, they're little tiny bowls and pieces of Tupperware that you wear over, like you snap over like a button-down shirt, so you have Tupperware buttons going all the way down your shirt. Yep, I have them. You don't have them, and I have them, and you can be jealous. Okay, just kidding. But I ended up getting 2 baskets full of stuff to give away, which was kind of cool. I know it's not just jewelry, it's also that belt, which takes up a bit more room, and then some other accessories, scarves and stuff that you didn't see in this video. But as far as accessories are concerned, not even including hair ties, because we haven't even gotten to that yet, and we haven't even purged scarves from the closet. This was just scarves that were on my dresser. I got 2 baskets like this full, so I'm pretty impressed. I only have one little square bin full, that little black and white basket that's laying on the couch is going to go into that black and white cubie, and that's the only thing that I kept besides the necklaces, because the necklaces are still hanging on the hanger. But I just wanted to do this and share it with you guys, not just like going down memory lane, but basically to encourage you again. um, it's fun to do because you do get to walk down memory lane. And honestly, with today's technology, take a picture of it, make an album for yourself of memories. If you're not going to wear it, it's just going to take up space. And then eventually get to the point where you'll stop looking at the pictures, and then eventually get to the point where you won't even think about it much. Now, if you have some sentimental family pieces, you want to hand them down, or you want to ask around to say who wants them. I definitely would ask around first. Don't just presume that your grandchildren will want your old jewelry. I would definitely like try to have like a meeting, maybe invite them all over for tea, take out all your old pieces and just say, this is what we're going to do. Anybody interested in anything? And try to be fair, and try to be yeah, be pragmatic. You don't want to have somebody, you want to give something that's sentimental to somebody who's just going to get rid of it. That's all. I mean, find somebody who actually will appreciate it. And remind these kids that they may not appreciate it when they're in their 20s or their teens, but they may appreciate it more when they're in their 30s and 40s, because, that's when you do start to think about things from a long time ago and miss your grandparents and stuff. So what I have here is just basically a bunch of bracelets. There's some like I'm on the fence about. Like this one is just jingle bells, and it's got this hook and like ring thing, and it's kind of like falls off a lot, but it's really cute because for Christmas it jingles, and I don't know. So I'm kind of like on the fence with that one. Do I keep it? It's in the maybe pile. I'm definitely getting rid of those big bangles, but that one is like in the maybe pile. And I have this really cute charm bracelet that my sister got me, and on that is staying in the forever pile. I got this really cute alphabet bracelet that I got from one of my students when I was a nursery school teacher. And another thing that is a factor when it comes to what I'm saving and what I'm purging is some things are costume jewelry that haven't worn well. They have tarnished really, really bad. They were like really cheaply made and have really like poor quality, just funky looking. And if it's gotten to the point where it's like that, then I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Maybe I'll clean it up and sell it if it's possible, but otherwise I'm just gonna get rid of it. Sometimes what I do with jewelry like that at a yard sale, I'll go ahead and put a bunch of like the mismatched earrings and jewelry findings and stuff, and I'll put them in a bag, and I'll mark them as like jewelry for crafting or jewelry for repair, whatever, like that kind of thing, and just leave them for like, buy all of these for $1 or whatever, all these pieces. Because there's people who like to find things like that and then make them beautiful again. So they can. Now, when it came to the bottom of this little bucket, I don't know if you could tell, but I actually pulled my nightgown open, made like a little pouch in the top of my nightgown, and basically, because there's a lot of little things, and it was really hard for me to grab them in the bottom of that bucket. So that's what I'm doing here, is I actually have like a bunch of little post earrings that are in my shirt, and I'm trying to sort them out. But I think that this is just about going to be the end. Like I mentioned, I will share with you what goes back when we do refinish the furniture. If we refinish the furniture, either way, we have to repair the furniture. So when we do all that and we have it moved, I'll show you what we're going to keep and what we end up moving in. And I really do appreciate you guys going along on this journey with me, because it really is supportive. I get your comments and I get your messages, and it really does make me feel good about what I'm doing, because I know from talking to you, I'm not alone in, wow, I have a lot of stuff that I don't use anymore, but I really want to keep. And I'm not alone in the not being able to do as much for myself as I was able to do 2, 4, 15, 20 years ago. So I appreciate you so very much. Again, I wouldn't be here without you, or I would be, it just wouldn't be as fun. Okay? As I wrap up here, I just wanted to let you know, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share with friends and family. Anybody you know might be interested in like walking down, getting inspired, any of that stuff. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. When you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And listen, you are enough. Whatever you can do, do. Whatever you can't, try. I promise. Doing something or trying will definitely feel like an accomplishment. Okay? I love you. And as always, take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.